Hollywood TV.
Tumaas ang dalawang kilay nito na para bang sinasabing magpatuloy siya sa pagsasalita dahil hindi nito maintindihan ang nais niyang sabihin. This is harder than I thought, he confessed to himself. But he already made a decision and there was no way he could change his mind. Even if it meant begging Lola Leia or Laika herself just to gain another chance to be with her, he would do it. If you're going to apologize to my granddaughter, don't you think it's a little too late for that? Tanong nito sa kanya nang hindi agad siya tumugon. She was trying to guess why he was there and it made it a little easier for him to confess since it seemed she knew what happened to him and Laika before and after his birthday party. Yes, I know that, Mom, but this isn't about me asking for her forgiveness. I also want to ask for your granddaughter's hand. Tinaasan siya nito ng isang kilay. Do you think that's even possible? Laika doesn't even want to see you. Kaya nga nandito ka ngayon, hindi ba? This is the only place you know where to find her. Now, I don't hate you or anything close to that emotion. I just don't want her to take any more disappointment. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes, Ma'am. But if you'll just give me a chance, Umangat ang isang kilay nito na ang ibig sabihin ay pinapatigil na siya sa pagsasalita. I don't think you didn't get what I just said. Sabi nito na ikinalungkot niya. Hanggang sa bigla na lang itong humalakhak na parabang tuwang-tuwa pa sa kanya. Okay, maybe that was the privilege of the people who knew what was going on between him and Laika. But he wished people who knew what he was going through would just laugh behind his back. Bakit natataranta ka agad? Tanong pa ni Lola Leia sa kanya. Hindi ko naman sinabing pinagbabawalan kita na makita ang apo ko. Ang sabi ko lang, ayoko na siyang ma-disappoint. She tends to be sad when that happens and when it comes to you, she did had a lot of disappointments. So, you're allowing me to see her? Tumango ito habang nakangiti pa rin sa kanya. Pinasunod siya nito hanggang sa mapatapat sila sa isang pinto. Ang hula niya ay kwarto iyon ni Laika. But I'm warning you, my granddaughter won't easily forgive you. Hindi ko rin alam kung mahal ka pa niya. But that is for you to find out. Just don't tell her I let you inside her room. I was about to go with my shop anyway. Nito saka kinindatan pa siya bago tuluyang umalis. He felt so excited and happy as he entered Laika's room. And there he found her sleeping on her bed. He couldn't help but lay beside her and watch her sleeping face. It was the best moment he ever had with her. He even wished it could happen every day. When he looked at the part of her face that he wanted to taste, he couldn't help but wonder if his friend Gio or any other man had taken the chance of kissing her. Nakakainis man para sa kanya kung sakaling nahagkan na ito ng ibang lalaki ay agad na pinakalma niya ang kanyang sarili. Muli ay tinitigan niya si Laika. He was about to touch her face when he thought of something better to do to wake her. He leaned forward and slowly he aimed at her lips. Pero bigla itong tumagilid. Bago pa man niya ito magawang halikan ay nakatalikod na ito sa kanya. Damn it. I hate this feeling you're making me feel, Laika. You seem so close. Too close, actually, and yet so far. He irritatingly thought to himself. I hate you, Lola Leia. Ba't kailangan mo pang papasukin sa kwarto ko ang lalaking to? Naghihimutok na sabi ni Laika sa isip niya. Nagpanggap siyang tulog habang katabi si Vernon sa kama niya. Bago pa man pumasok ang dalawa kanina, ay naulinigan na niya ang pag-uusap ng mga ito. Napilitan siyang pumikit uli nang bumukas ang pinto sa kwarto niya. She wasn't ready to face him yet. Nang maramdaman niya ang hininga nito sa mukha niya, ay tumagilid siya ng higa. Bago pa man nito magawa ang masamang balak nito sa kanya. It was tough doing that, especially since he hugged her while still lying behind her. So she instantly opened her eyes and looked at him. "What are you doing here?" Bahagya na lang ang gulat sa tinig niya nang lingunin niya ito. Inalis niya ang braso nitong nakayakap sa kanya. Dumadalaw." Nag-aalang ang sagot nito habang nakatitig sa kanya. "Wala akong sakit, kaya bakit mo ako dinadalaw?" "You don't have to be sick just so I can see you. But in your case, then I'll have a reason to take care of you." Napilitan na siyang bumangon para paalisin ito. "Please, leave." "Ayoko." "Oh, come on." Mangyak-ngyak na sabi niya rito. "Stop torturing me. Alam mo, pinagsisisihin ko na yung mga araw na kinukulit-kulit kita at iniistorbo kita sa trabaho mo. So please, whatever it is that I did to you, forget it already. O gusto mo bang humingi muna ako ng tawad bago mo ako lubayan? I can do that. Walang problema sa akin yon." It was obvious now that he was up for revenge. Lahat kasi ng ginawa niya noon ay ginagawa na nito ngayon. Mas malala nga lang ito dahil nakuha pa niyang papasukin siya sa kwarto habang natutulog. And she was sure he did to try to kiss her, which made her more panicky. Nang bumangon nito para lapitan siya, ay automatikong napigil niya ang kanyang paghinga. He was standing so close to her, and looking at him was the only thing she could do. "You call this torture?" Tanong nito sa kanya habang nakatitig din sa mga mata niya. "You think I am just trying to get back at you for everything you did to me before? I'll tell you what. Torture is for me then. Torture was when I saw you and Gio together on stage announcing to the world that someday the two of you might marry each other. Kung hindi ko pa nakita sa dyaryo na madalas pala kayo nagkakasama, hindi ko pa malalaman na nagkikita kayo. At kasalanan ko pa pala kung bakit ginugulo mo ang buhay ko." She knew what he was talking about. When G was featured in an article, he mentioned her name as his constant date. Pareho naman nilang alam na hindi totoo yon. "No, I'm not blaming you. In fact, if your name didn't appear in that article, I might not realize what I've been missing in my life. Mas pagsisisihan ko kung nalaman kong nagpakasal ka na sa iba dahil kung mangyayari yon, wala na akong magagawa pa para bawiin ka." "Oh, come on. Suddenly you want me? 3 years had passed. Why the sudden change of mind?" Nagdududang tanong niya. "Because it is only now that I finally accepted the fact that I love you. I mean, I didn't know you're the one I want to spend the rest of my life with. Is there a sign which tells a person that a particular person he sees is the one for him? If so, then I am sorry for being clueless not to notice." She stepped back. She wasn't impressed with what he was saying. Para kasing napaka-imposible ng mga nangyayari. "I fell for you even before you stopped seeing me." "Yeah, right," sarkastikong sabi niya. "Ganun ka talaga, katagal ka nang na-inlove sa akin, pero ngayon mo lang naisipan na sabihin yan sa akin. At ano bang inaasahan mo? Na hanggang ngayon ikaw pa rin ang gusto ko? Sa tingin mo ba, madali sa akin na tanggapin na mahal na kita? I kept denying that for a very long time. I even told myself I was just guilty for making you cry that day I announced my so-called engagement. I even dated a few women because I thought somehow somebody might make me change my mind about thinking that I've already fallen for you. But it didn't happen." "Wait a minute. Are you saying you didn't marry Kristen?" Gulat na tanong niya. "Why?" "Dahil kasal na siya sa kapatid ko." Ang sabihing sorpresa siya ay kulang para maipaliwanag niya ang nararamdaman niya. Nang makita niya ang reaksyon nito, ay inisip marahil nito na hindi siya naniniwala sa sinasabi nito kaya mabilis na may tinawagan nito sa cellphone nito. She knew two of her friends got married but she didn't bother knowing who their wives were. Iniabot nito sa kanyang cellphone nito. Hindi na siya nagulat nang si Het ang kausap niya. Ilang ring muna lumipas bago nito sinagot ang tawag. Hello kuya, kamusta na? Napasagot mo na ba si Laika o sumusuko ka na? Narinig niya ang tanong ni Het sa kabilang linya. Totoo bang kasal na kayo ni Kirsten? Tanong agad niya rito habang nakatingin kay Vernon. Laika? Gulat na tanong nito. Bakit hawak mo ang cellphone ni kuya? Sagutin mo muna ang tanong ko. Tumikhim ito. Well, yes, that's true. Sabi nito na parang nahihiya pa sa kanya. Bakit hindi mo agad sinabi sa akin? Hindi ka rin mo nagtatanong eh. Het? Saway niya rito. Hindi na siya mapakali kaya nagpaparoot pa rito na siya. Oo na, magpapaliwanag na ako. Hindi rin naman namin inaasahan ni Kirsten na magpapakasal kami agad eh. Alam mo namang mas gusto nila si kuya para sa kanya, hindi ba? I knew she's off limits but I couldn't help but to be attracted to her. She couldn't help but recall a few things about Het and Kirsten. Kaya pala willing ang kaibigan niya na turuan ng babae ng tong-its ay dahil nagpapapansin nito sa babae. Kaya siguro hinahayaan na rin siya nitong pumunta sa bahay ng mga ito noon ay para makadiskarte ito kay Kirsten habang kinukulit naman niya si Vernon. At ginawa mo pa akong tulay nang hindi ko nalalaman? Panunumbat niya dito. Of course not. Nagkakahiyaan lang talaga kami ni Kirsten na magkaamin na noon na gusto namin ng isa't isa. But I really wanted you to stay away from my brother. Ayoko rin talaga na malalaman mo ang tungkol kay Kirsten noon dahil alam ko na masasaktan ka. Kahit naman dinadaanan mo lang sa pangungulit ang panliligaw mo, alam ko na seryoso ka talaga kay kuya. Bahagya siya napangiti sa sinabi nito. Natuwa siya na nag-aalala pala talaga ito sa kanya kahit papaano. Kamusta na ba ang panliligaw sa'yo ng kapatid ko? Kayo na ba? Sa sinabi niya ni Het ay agad na palis ang ngiti niya. Sige Het, bye-bye. Teka muna sandali. Pinutol niya ang tawag at iniabot kay Vernon ang cellphone nito. Naniniwala ka na ba sa akin ngayon? Tanong nito sa kanya. Tinitigan uli niya ito. Yes, but that doesn't mean we're okay already. I still want you to leave. Now. Lola, how could you do this to your favorite granddaughter? Naiinis na tanong ni Laika sa lola niya paglabas ni Vernon ng memento. She decided to go to their shop instead dahil kung hahayaan niya itong ihatid siya sa opisina ay mas nakakahiya kung doon pa siya babantayan ng lalaking iyon. He had been following her around. Nang paalisin niya ito sa bahay nila ay hindi siya nito pinakinggan. Nang lumabas ito ng kwarto niya ay kusina lang pala ito tumuloy para ipaghain sila ng almusal. Walang nagawa ang kawaksi nila dahil mapilit ito. Nang paalis na siya ay nagpresenta itong ihahatid siya nito kung saan. Wala siyang kawala. At wala rin itong pakialam kung maging yaya, driver o alalay niya ito. Hindi niya alam kung hanggang kailan to magtatagal pero siya ay malapit nang masiraan ng ulo sa pinaggagawa nito. Kung pwede nga lang na sumuot na siya sa saya ng lola niya ay ginawa na niya. Pero syempre, imposible mangyari iyon dahil alam niyang kinukonsinti nito si Vernon ngayon. Ipinagtataka niya iyon dahil alam nito na si Vernon ang unang lalaki nagpaiyak sa kanya. Alam na rin pala nito noon pa ang tungkol sa pagpapakasal ni Het kay Kirsten dahil sa memento raw mismo pumili ng wedding ring ang dalawa at ang lola pa niya mismo ang nagrekomenda ng mga singsing para sa mga to. Hindi lang nito niyo nasabi sa kanya dahil ayaw na nitong umasa na naman siya. I have no choice, sagot ng lola niya. You're my only granddaughter so I just want the best for you. Best? Gulat na tanong niya. Para kasi siyang hindi maganda ang kalalabasan kapag hindi pa tumigil si Vernon sa kakukulit sa kanya. Kung hindi pa ito inutusan ng lola niya na ibili sila ng lunch ay malamang na nakadikit pa rin ito sa kanya. When he confessed that he loved her, she was scared. She already swore to herself not to fall for him again. Kaya ganun na lang ang pagtakbo at pag-iwas na ginagawa niya ay dahil ayaw niyang magkamali uli rito. Kung magmamahal uli siya, mas gugustuhin niyang sa ibang lalaki na kung sakali. Diyos ko naman, tapos na akong kumanta na Exchange of Hearts, kaya ayoko na. Kung noon ay kinaya niya na masaktan siya ni Vernon, ngayon ay hindi niya alam kung kakayanin pa uli niyang bumangon kapag sinaktan uli siya nito. When she met him again, after 3 years, she felt the same but she was so afraid to take another risk with him. He loves you, sabi uli ng lola niya. Yes, Lola, he said that, but things change. Bata pa ako nung nakilala ko siya at nagkakagusto ko sa kanya. Napailing ito sa sinagot niya. Yes, you were younger then, but not too young not to know if you really love someone or not. Hayaan mo lang siyang pasunod-sunod sa'yo. Ayaw mo nun, siya na ngayon natataranta sa paghahabol sa'yo. This is going to be fun to watch. Naaaliw pang sabi nito. Lola naman, umaangal na sabi niya rito. Ba't kay Gio hindi mo naman ako inaasa ng ganyan? Dahil kahit kailan naman ay hindi ko yan nagugustuhan si Gio. Seryosong tugon nito sa kanya. The two of you are always together but you were never attracted to him even though we teased the two of you. Pinagkakatuan lang namin kayo nung birthday niya. I also saw how jealous Vernon was, kaya nakisali ako sa biroan ng mag-ama. She was shocked to know that nauna pa pala nitong nakita si Vernon kaysa sa kanya. But we are compatible, don't you think? Pangungulit pa niya rito. Maybe G is the right guy for me. I don't think so. Nagulat siya nang malingunan niya si Vernon na nakatayo na pala sa likuran niya. Hawak nito ang 2 plastic na may lamang mga pagkain at inumin nila. Inaabot nito iyon sa staff nila at hinayaang iyon na maghanda ng tanghalian nila pagkatapos ay muli siyang binalingan nito. He looked at her as if he was hurt and insulted at the same time by what she just said. Still, you have no right to bribe him with the seminar you know he needed just so you could and dismiss him. Saglit na nagulat ito. Nalaman niya iyon nang tawagan niya si Gio at nalaman niyang nasa Cebu ito para umattend ng seminar. Several well-known speakers from different food industries would be attending that seminar. Si Gio, she could help but attend it. He'll benefit from the seminar. Besides, I didn't force him to go. Sabi pa nito sa kanya na parabang ginawan pa nito ng pabor si Gio. Kung sabagay, medyo totoo iyon. Pero hindi lang naman si Gio ang nakinabang sa ginawa nito. Pero hindi nga. Pero dahil alam mong hindi niya papalampasin ang oportunidad na yon, kaya ipinalista mo ang pangalan niya nang hindi niya nalalaman. Sarkastikong sagot niya rito. I really wanted to curse you, Vern. That was so unfair for her, because now all the people she could ask for help were all in his side. She was told not to be like a moth to a flame because she would just bet and get burned eventually. She didn't pay attention to the cliché advice before, and now that she followed that advice, all her beliefs were again starting to switch. Kung kailan mas gusto niya ang tahimik na buhay at pumili ng isang lalaking maaaring mas makakabuti sa kanya, saka naman nangyaring lahat ng iyon sa kanya. She already learned to accept things as they were. Kung hindi ito na-engage sa iba, malamang pinikot niya ito o posibleng naging dalagang ina siya kung sakali. Kaya ipinagpasalamat na rin niya na nagkalayo sila. Marami siyang natutuhan sa nakaraan nilang iyon. Hiding honest opinion was one of them. Hindi niya alam at hindi niya lang maintindihan kung bakit kailangan gumawa pa ito ng mga bagay na magpapabago ng isip niya kung kailan naging desidido na siyang kalimutan ito. Are you going to follow me around like a dog? You know, just like what you used to call me and just like what I did? Lakas loob na tanong niya rito. Aksidenteng nalaman niya noon kay Gio na tinatawag pala siya nitong aso kapag kinekwento nito kay Gio ang mga kagagahang ginagawa niya noon. Gio clarified to her that Vernon didn't really mean to insult her, but she was insulted, hanggang sa naisip niya na wala na nga siyang karapatang magalit dahil iyon talaga ang totoo. Nakita niya may pag-aalangan sa mukha ni Vernon nang kausapin uli siya nito. Hindi nito magaw makatingin sa kanya dahil ipinakita na talaga niya rito na hindi siya natutuwa sa sitwasyon nila. She was forcing herself to hate him. She tried to remember the pain he caused her but not seemed to elevate as for that moment. I'm sorry about that, sabi nito sa kanya. No, you're not. You're just being honest and it's fine actually. Totoo naman yun. Hindi rin kita masisisi kung yun ang naging tingin mo sa akin. Casual na sabi na lang niya. Magtatangka pa sana ito magpaliwanag pero niyaya niya itong kumain. He seemed clueless as she was on what to say next. Naisip tuloy niya na pareho lang silang matigas ang ulo and she couldn't go on like that for a long time. One of them must do the necessary move to end this madness. Kasasara lang ni Laika sa maletang nakapatong sa kama niya nang pumasok si Vernon sa kwarto niya. Ilang araw na ito nakikituloy sa bahay nila ng lola niya at ilang araw na nito inaagawan ng trabaho ang kawaksi nila. She was used it already. Hindi na niya ito kinokontra pa. Total, aalis naman siya. Good morning, nakangiting bati nito sa kanya pero agad na nawala ang ngiti nito nang makita ang ginagawa niya. Where the hell do you think you're going? Hindi niya ito sinagot, bagkus ibinitbit niya ang maleta para mailagay iyon sa gilid ng kama. Inagaw nito yun sa kanya. I'm asking you a question. Saan mo balak pumunta? Alam ba ito ni Lola? Ibalik mo yan. Nagtitimpi sabi niya rito. Saglit ito nagdalawang isip ngunit agad ding matigas ang ulo sa kanya. Ayoko. I'm still living whether you give it back or not. Deklara niya. Napilitan nitong ilapag ang maleta niya pagkatapos agad na nilipatan siya nito. Don't leave me, pakiusap nito sa kanya. That was unexpected because she never thought it would affect him that much. I know I didn't have the right to ask everything from you, but please, don't leave me. Vern, I hate to do this. Damn it, ba't ba ayaw mong maniwalang mahal kita? Naaaburidong tanong nito, saka inihilamos ang kamay sa mukha nito. Hindi ito mapakali habang nakatayo pa rin sa harap niya. It seemed he had already lost his patience. He didn't look mad, he looked desperate. I won't demand that you talk to me whenever I'm around or that you believe everything I'm telling you right now. Just please, don't do this to me, Laika. Don't walk away from me because I won't bear it. I know because I've been through this before. The only difference then was that I was able to fool myself that I didn't love you. I also didn't care if you kept pushing me away just as long as we're together and as long as I know you're with me and not with another man. That's fine. Vern, you're being demanding? I know. Putol uli nito sa sasabihin niya. Pasensya ka na. Desperado na kasi ako. Hindi ko naman hihilingin sa'yo na mahalin mo ako uli. Ang gusto ko lang, hayaan mo na ako manatili pa sa tabi mo. Pwede naman siguro yun, hindi ba? She was speechless. I won't let you go. I can't simply do that. And I hope you won't ask me to do that because I've said I won't. Pwede na ba ako magsalita? Tanong niya. If you're just going to tell me you're still living, then no. Fine. Sabi niya, sabay march siya papunta sa pinto. Sinundan agad siya nito, saka siya binuhat kaya nagtigi siya. What are you doing? Vern, ano ba? Ibaba mo ako. Sinusunod naman siya nito at ibinaba siya nito sa kama, pero ang problema, pumwesto ito sa ibabaw niya kaya hindi siya makabangon. Nang maramdaman niyang binitawan na nito ang mga kamay niya ay agad na hinawakan niya magkabilang pisngi nito para mailayo niya ang sarili dito. Ayaw sana nitong pumayag na itigil nila ang paghahalikan nila pero marami siyang gustong sabihin dito. Vern, we have to talk. Hinihingal na awat niya rito. Not now please. Nakikiusap na sabi nito. Tinangka uli siya nitong halikan sa mga labi. I'm not leaving you. Sabi na lang niya para makuha ang atensyon nito. What? Nagugulahan tanong nito habang nakatingin sa mga mata niya. I'm not leaving you because I hate you. I just need to go to Boracay and meet Gio because... Dahil mas gusto mo siya kaysa sa akin? Dugtong nito sa sasabihin niya. Mabilis at dumilim ang ekspresyon ng mukha nito. Pwede bang hayaan mo na muna ako magsalita? Naiiritang sabi niya rito. Kanina pa kasi siya nitong hindi pinapatapos sa mga gusto niya sabihin. Paano mo malalamang mahal pa rin kita kung hindi mo ko patatapusin sa pagsasalita? Nagulat ito sa sinabi niya kaya napilitan nitong pakinggan siya. I'm going to meet Gio because of our sports event. Nakilala mo naman si Mr. Cruz, hindi ba? Isa siya sa mga sponsors namin na gaganaping tournament sa Boracay. Of course, Gary will be promoting their energy drink and since they are my client, I'm obliged to be there. Iyon lang talagang dahilan? Oo. Ba't hindi mo agad sinabi sa akin? Kanina ko pa kayang gustong sabihin pero ikaw tong ayaw makinig. Because I really thought you're going to leave me. She sighed. How could she stay mad at this man when he talked to her like that? I give up, deklara niya. What do you mean by that? Kunutan noon tanong nito. Ano sa tingin mo? Please, don't make me guess. Dahil kung ako ang tatanungin mo, gusto kong isipin na mahal mo na uli ako at hindi na tayo maghihiwalay uli dahil hindi na natin kayang mabuhay nang wala ang isa't isa. Good guess, nahangiting sabi niya dito. Are you kidding me? Nanlalaki ang mga matang tanong nito sa kanya. Not that I don't like that idea, but if you're just playing with me or you intend to get back at what I did for you the last couple of weeks, I wouldn't like it. Maawa ka naman sa akin, Laika. I never really liked to take another risk with you, Vern. I thought it would be so stupid for me to be hurt twice by the same guy. But then I realized I should still choose you and not anyone else just to make sure I won't end up crying again. There's really no right formula when it comes to love. At siguro may mga tao lang talagang magaling tsumempo. Tama si Lola nang magdesisyon siyang huwag ipaalam sa akin na hindi na tuloy ang kasal niya ni Kirsten. If she did, I might have come back in your life and I'd start chasing you again. By that time, we might have ended up with each other, but I also didn't go after you because I was still preoccupied with my work. I was so busy pleasing my family I forgot myself entirely. I know, and trust me, I completely understand that. So we're okay now? She touched his left cheek and smiled at him. Of course we are. Pwede na uli nating ituloy ang ginagawa natin kanina? Nakangising tanong nito. He was obviously planning to give her more than just a kiss. Teka lang, baka mahuli tayo ni Lola. Nag-aalang ng sagot niya. Ayos lang, mabuti nga yun para ipakasal niya na agad tayo, hindi ba? Natawa siya sa sinabi nito, ngunit agad din siyang natahimik dahil hinalikan na uli siya nito. At dito na po nagtatapos ang kwentong pag-ibig ni Laika at Vernon. At lagi po nating tatandaan, hindi lahat ng habol ay nauuwi sa pagod. Minsan, nagiging dahilan nito ng tunay na pag-ibig. At sa tamang panahon, may isang tao magpapatunay sa iyo kung bakit ka para sa kanya at kung bakit hindi ka para sa iba. Sana po ay may nakuha kayong aral at inspirasyon sa kanilang pag-iibigan. At muli po ay samahan at suportahan niyo po ako sa mga kwentong pag-ibig na ibabahagi ko sa inyo. Maraming salamat po. God bless at ingat po tayong lahat.